Hey everyone, welcome to Real Knowledge Club AI Summit. Today's guest is truly a fascinating guest who is going to blow away like your mind, right? Who is none other than like Bhuvan Dhanesha. Like he's one of the top supercharge, like he's one of the top pioneer memory experts in the country, right? And you are learning from like the best in India, and he's going to share with you exactly how you can 10x to like 100x like your memory and skyrocket your business in today's AI era, right? And he's an expert memory trainer with over like years of experience, and he has trained more than 75,000 students from second grade to all the way until like post graduation, right? And he's the truly authority leader in the memory space, right? And he's also the president of the World Memory Sports Council in Maharashtra State, and his workshop and growth Vidyapi has transformed lives of individuals across all age groups. And with his remarkable memory skills, Bhuvan has the capacity to even like memorize like an entire book of like 200 pages in just 7 days, 300 to 400 words at a time. His accomplishment and expertise has taken him to various corners of the world, including Kenya, Mauritius, and where he conducted impactful webinars, sessions, seminars, and he organized first ever state level memory championship in India. And his dedication enhancing memory capabilities is unparalleled, right? His integrity, transparency, simplicity inspires us. Without any further delay, let's all welcome Bhuvan Dhanesha to like Real Knowledge Club AI Summit. Great to have you here, sir. Welcome to today's session. Great to have you here with us. Thank you once again for taking like your super valuable time and coming here.
Thank you. Thank you. It is my pleasure to be here, Akshay. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Yes. Yeah. Awesome. Sir, Bhuvan, like, can you tell us about your story, how you got started into this memory power coach, and can you tell us like your background story?
Yeah. So as you are also now a part of Growth Vidyapeeth, so I was a student in Mumbai back in 2005 when I did my first workshop with Growth Vidyapeeth, that is Life Vidyapeeth. And that turned me into a very confident person. I was a very shy person as a teenager, and I had a lot of complexes. And the Life Vidyapeeth program that created a everlasting impact in my mindset, in my behavior, in my confidence, in my expressions. So that gave me that vision that yes, even I can do the same thing for so many people, and especially so many students who always feel shy or who always feel that I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough. So after Life Vidyapeeth, I was doing my MBA. I was preparing for my MBA, but the impact which Life Vidyapeeth had on me, I decided to drop my MBA midway. In fact, I had given one exam where I scored 96.69 percentile. Wow. And my plan was to give more exams and getting into the best of the colleges. But then I thought that my true calling is in transforming people. My true calling is in training people and being on stage and expressing my thoughts, my ideas, my creativity. So that was a big decision which I took. I dropped my MBA and then I started training to become a trainer under Latesh sir. And memory is the field which I chose. There were many other options, but memory was something which was more appealing for me. And I chose that. And that's how I became a trainer in 2009. And since then, I have been training people in all different parts of India, even outside India, as you mentioned, in Kenya, Mauritius, and many other countries.
Absolutely. That's super amazing. So like a lot of people have this question, right? And they also want to become topper at whatever they are doing, right? Like how were you able to score like 96% like during like your college days and this thing? And what will be the best technique which you will recommend to all the people who are watching?
Right. So whatever exams you give, right? It's very important if you are a student here. Let me tell you what I tell my students. I tell them that you first need to analyze your exam pattern exactly understand what is required from you on the day of exam. For example, if your exam is based on MCQs, then your approach for the exam will be different. If your exam is based on writing long content, then the approach of preparation should be different. The techniques should be different. If it is a Viva, it is an oral exam, the approach should be different. What we do, no matter what exam we have a same approach. We always follow the same approach. And that approach, in a real sense is no approach. There is no technique, there is no method. सिर्फ पढ़ना है, just I have to study, so I'm studying, right? But that doesn't analyze your exam pattern, analyze your previous year papers, analyze what is the weightage of all subjects, all topics, then create a strategy and thoroughly follow that strategy. That is first thing. Second thing which I would like to tell is that any exam preparation should be divided into 3 stages. First is completing the portion. Second is the revision of the portion. And third is writing practice or mock paper solving. So if you have these 3 things in place, you can score much better than what you are scoring currently.
Yeah. Absolutely, that makes sense. So, and right now, like AI is like evolving like so fast, right? Like 6-dimensional thinking, like everything like ChatGPT came before AI was not accessible. Like right now, there is so much of information, so much of flood of things happening. Like there is so much of knowledge out there. Now, how can we go about in today's world where there is so much of technology and so many things happening? How can we basically go and like remember things, right? What are the best techniques like you are going to tell us for like long-term memory?
Right. Yes, AI is a boom, and I understand even you are into that. You are also training people into that. I used to say this since 2017-18 in my workshops, that the next war will be between artificial intelligence and human intelligence. And now we see those things happening. And what I feel is that, yes, definitely any new technology is always going to be helpful to us. And we should embrace them. We should update our skills. We should update ourselves rather than ignoring the technology, or rather than saying that no, I don't want to be becoming too much dependent on it. We should embrace that, but at the same time, it is equally important not to lose that touch with our own roots. That is very important. It is like, if in the 200 years back there was no car, no cycle, people used to walk. Today we have everything. We have aeroplane, but that doesn't mean that I will stop walking, I'll stop running, I'll stop doing exercises. The way so many vehicles are available in today's world, so many facilities like air conditioner and everything is available. Still, we ensure that we give exercise to our body. We do yoga, we do gym, we do running, sports and everything. Similarly, now is the world where mental facilities are increasing, including AI. That does not mean that we become lazy mentally. So we should keep ourselves active mentally as well, not only physically. That's where a lot of memory techniques come in the picture. A lot of mind sports, including chess, they come in the picture. Sudoku, cubes, Rubik cubes, and so many other things. My favorite thing is memory sports. I'm a memory athlete also. So last Sunday, I was in Karnataka participating in Karnataka Memory Championship. And I keep participating, I keep encouraging my students also. So one of my students is here, Hema ma'am. Would you believe she is a senior citizen and she has been participating in the memory sports all over India. And so that is a very good way to keep your brain alert and active.
Amazing, amazing. And I believe like chess is a game, like in fact, I still remember when I was in my childhood, I used to always play, and we had gone to like regional level until like Mysore. And it's like life is all like a chess, right? Like if you know the next moves, what the opponent is going to play, and if you know like 10, 15 moves, like we actually win in today's world.
Correct. Absolutely. And in fact, Akshay, there are some memory techniques through which you can actually remember the moves, not only of your moves, even the moves of your opponent, and you can have a competitive advantage over them. So yeah, memory techniques have a vast, scope of memorizing almost anything and everything.
Absolutely, that makes sense. I love that. And how do we increase the memory power, right? Like what is the framework we need? Because I still remember like lot of, including me and including lot of my friends also, we try to like read a book, right? Like imagine like we are reading a book, and after like 1 week or like one day, like we would have forgotten after like next day itself like half of the things, right? After 1 week we don't even remember like the even the chapter names also, right? And memory is like going day by day, it's reducing. How can we increase it? What's the best
Right,
framework?
right, right. It's a very good question, Akshay. In fact, this is one of the most common questions which always I'm being asked. Uh, we need to understand one thing, that memory cannot be increased or decreased.
Mhm.
We all have got infinite source of memory. The problem is we don't have an organized system to organize the information. For example, let's say you are in a room where there are thousands of things, but everything is messy. Nothing is organized. So even if you want to search for a one small ball pen, you might take even half an hour or maybe 1 or 2 hours to find it. And at the end of it, you might not even find it.
Mhm.
But if
Agree.
those same 1000 things are kept in an organized way, let's say that you have created drawers, you have created, compartments, stationery is in another drawer, clothes are in another drawer. Then if you want to, find out that pen, you'll be able to find that pen within a few seconds. So
Mhm.
that means problem is not in memory. Problem is that the information which I'm receiving is not being organized properly. And in today's world, where there is a overload of information, the problem is becoming bigger and bigger because there is so much information and there is no organization in my mind to store it. So if you
Absolutely.
do certain basics, you can create wonders with whatever you are doing currently in today's day-to-day life.
Absolutely, that's true. And sir, like if I have to ask you this question, because even we haven't learned this in school or like college also, like how to organize the memory in the brain. It's like we know if we have to keep the books, we keep in the bookshelf. We have to keep the shoes, we have to keep in the shoe rack or something like that, right? Now, how do we organize our memory like properly in our brain? Can you tell us?
Right, right. So that's where there are many memory techniques which come in the picture.
Mm.
Like few of them I can tell you: link system, association methods, location method, memory palace, speed reading, mind mapping. So these all are tried and tested methods successfully, which have been tried on, uh, I mean, lakhs of students in last 50, 7500 years. And all these techniques can help you remember things in a much more systematic way. I have so many competitive exam students who have to generally remember 7 to 8,000 pages for their competitive exam, and even they are able to successfully do it. So I always give that example: if someone who has to remember thousands of pages can do it so well, then anyone and any person can memorize the things which he or she has to remember with the right kind of techniques.
Mhm. Absolutely. Makes sense. So, and like, how do we increase our concentration, right? Like, where the attention span of today human is like less than 8 seconds, like less than a goldfish that tell. And what is the best exercise, what we can do like daily, just like how we brush our teeth or like take bath, like what is the best exercise, what we
Like,
can do to increase the concentration?
there are multiple ways. And yes, this is something, attention span, as you said, it is decreasing. It is lesser than the goldfish. Uh, all thanks to internet and social media. Right? It has got many positive points, but definitely it has certain negative effects as well. Few things which I practice, which even I suggest my students. One is delayed gratification. That is, if you want to, if you are getting that urge to check your mobile phone, just give yourself 2 more minutes before you touch that. If you are studying, you studied 3 pages, and now you're feeling I cannot study anymore. Study one more page and then go and do something else. So delay that urge of taking a break. Delay that urge of going for a source of entertainment. That is one thing. Second thing, definitely meditations and mindfulness and all of that helps. One of the very amazing things which we do is brain gym. Brain gym, Akshay, it's a technique which has certain exercises involving your hands, which
Okay.
can drastically change your the way you concentrate. If you want, we can do a couple of brain
Yeah,
gym exercises
sure.
right
Like we
now.
can do the exercise as well.
So, but I want that all the audience, whoever is here
Yeah.
in Zoom, whoever is on Facebook, they should also do.
Yeah.
Right? You can
All
keep your
of you,
videos on also.
you can on your
I'll just
cameras.
take a couple of minutes and I'll do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can see Sri Lakshmi, Navya, Pramod, Hema ma'am, Vidya ma'am, Kriti, Nandini. Okay, all of them have kept their videos on. So let's do it. Let's do it, everyone.
Yep.
So the first one is this. Akshay, you can also do.
Yeah. Sure.
Like these are the 5 fingers. Now we'll start with the index finger. Just move it clockwise 5 times. And then anti-clockwise 5 times. Then go to the second finger, clockwise 5 times. Anti-clockwise 5 times. Then the next finger, 5 times clockwise, 5 times anti-clockwise. Then the tiny finger, clockwise, anti-clockwise, and finally your thumb, clockwise and anti-clockwise. This was one. Now let's do an interesting one. Okay, give a victory sign, everyone. One hand will have this victory sign, and second hand will have these 2 fingers. If you notice carefully, both the hands are having 2 different fingers, right? And now 1, 2, 3, change. Take your time, take your time, take your time. All right, again change. 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 Right? Just be alert. Just be alert which fingers you are opening up and keep doing it. Keep doing it. And yeah, go at your own pace. No need to increase the speed. Just do it naturally. And yeah, please do it for a few more seconds. It will take some time for you to adjust to this. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Now, if you notice, Akshay, even if you did not do it correctly, still you will see an improvement in your concentration. How many of you felt that? That even when I'm not doing it correctly, still my concentration level is more.
Absolutely.
So what is happening here is both the hands are being commanded by both the brains, right brain, left brain. Generally, only one brain is more active. But here, what I'm doing 2 opposite actions with both my hands at the same time. That means both my brains are being forced to be active at the same time. So that means no brain is getting diverted. Both the brains are in present. That's where you concentrate. Now, there are more than 200 brain gym exercises. So I always suggest whenever you feel, I'm not able to concentrate what to do, just take a break. In that break, do not touch your mobile phone. Just do this brain gym. And within 2 minutes, you will be back in that zone of concentration.
I love that.
Yes.
Right. If you guys love that exercise, just type love that in the chat. And yep. Next question, Bhuvan sir, is like while we give a presentation or like a seminar, how to do it effectively. I still remember when I was in my school, I in fact fell from the stage, right? Because I was having so much fear. I fell down unconscious. And every time during our seminar, which we need to do during our engineering days, even my friends, we used to bunk the class, or like we were like so much fearful where the teacher is going to bring us on the stage. If we fumble, if we forget things, everybody is going to laugh at us, right? How do we remember and give great presentations without having a script or something?
Right. So what I feel, actually, yeah, similar thing I have faced when I was giving my first memory show of 100 words. So audience had given me 100 difficult words. And I had to memorize them just by listening to those words. So I also felt the same thing. What I feel is it's not the memory problem. More than memory, it is the problem of taking that pressure of performance. So rather than focusing on memorizing the script and all of that, if we focus on dealing with that pressure, that will help us more. So any activity which can help us to release that pressure can greatly help us in terms of giving that performance in much more better way. So one of the best ways is rehearsals, definitely. As many times you rehearse, as many times you see in front of your mirror, in front of some known audience, if you keep rehearsing it again and again and again, you can remove that fear. That is one thing. Second thing is keep practicing. And I can see that you keep taking such kind of interviews. I just checked your Instagram profile. There are so many posts. I think I will take more 50 years to post so many things. which you've already posted. So consistency is a very important aspect in performance. If you keep doing things again and again, you finally remove them, remove that fear. Now, coming to the next question, that is remembering the points. So what I generally do, there is a method called link system where we first make note down the in brief all the points in the pointer form: first point, second point, third point, fourth point. Then we mark one keyword only from each point. So that means if I want to speak about 6 points, I only have to remember those 6 keywords.
Yeah.
Now those 6 keywords, we convert them into a funny story and we remember those 6 keywords. And it's like when I'm speaking, I know what is the first word. So I know the larger context of that I speak, then I go to the second. So that system helps us to remember the entire script.
Absolutely. I love that. Like visualizing, putting out in a format of a story and putting like a pictorial representation, right? Like if we remember like that, it becomes more easier, right?
Yes.
Yeah, like that. And yes, the next question what I have is like a lot of people have this question. If they want to read books, right? Like how they can read like 10 times faster. Imagine there is a book like Moonshot, which is like approximately like more than 300, nearly like 300 pages book. If we have to read this book, it will take like for many people like several weeks or like months also, right? And still we don't remember. What are the best techniques we need to follow if we have to read the books fast?
Right. So speed reading is the technique for that. And I would recommend everyone to learn speed reading. All the great people like Bill Gates, Swami Vivekanand, Warren Buffett, they all were speed readers, and that helped them to acquire more knowledge in less time. That is one thing. You save time, but at the same time, you acquire a lot of knowledge. Secondly, how speed reading helps is, see, when we read the words in a slow pace, our mind can easily get diverted into many other things. Like, for example, if I say right now, hi, Akshay, good evening, thank you for inviting me. So even if I don't complete this sentence, you all will start feeling, Arey, I want to leave this. I cannot stay here. Now, when you read slow, you are indirectly attracting other distractive thoughts because there is a space and that space is filled with thoughts. So instead of that, if you read fast, there is no space for your brain to go here and there. And as a result, you will comprehend more, you will understand more. So speed reading is that technique. Now, there are a lot of levels of speed reading. There is a proper approach to speed reading. I cannot teach that in brief. What I can say is, I can just give you one or two tips. One is pacing. Pacing means moving your finger below the text or having a pen or something and move it below the text. So after a while, you can keep increasing your speed of finger movement or the pen movement. Your reading speed will naturally increase, right? Why we read slow? Because our eyes get distracted fast. But when you give a direction to your eyes will be focused
laser focused on that.
Yeah. So that is one thing. Second thing, with practice, you can do is you start reading 2 to 3 words as one word. Start taking 2 words as one word, 3 words as one word. That means 10 words are being read at the speed of 5 words. So you are naturally increasing the speed. And the best part about speed reading, it can create interest even in some topic which is not that interesting for you, only because you are doing it faster. So yes, I would definitely recommend you should properly learn speed reading from somewhere where you learn the systematic way of speed reading. But these are some of the basics of speed reading which I mentioned.
Absolutely, I love that. Like readers are like leaders, right? Like if we want to become great leaders like Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, Swami Vivekananda, Naveen Jain, they all became so successful because they had the ability to remember things for like longer time. In fact, even Bill Gates used to tell like he was able to remember his employees' number plates in his company when people used to come, right? All the numbers. If someone was late, he used to tell like, hey, you have left soon, you have came late, right? And that's the ability very few people have. Know that. And yeah, once like the next question is like how to improve our observation and like listening skills. Like we listen to so many things, we get like so many thoughts, but at the end of the day, we don't remember everything, right? Like how can we improve it upon?
Right. So, observation, first thing, observation is a very important tool for our memory because whatever you remember, whatever information you receive, it gets stored as a picture in your mind. So, for example, if you have to think about an apple, that apple, the picture of apple will come in your mind, or maybe you will imagine iPhone, right?
Yeah,
You will not imagine the spelling of apple, A-double-P-L-E.
absolutely.
So everything gets stored as a picture, even your coding, whatever codings you do, right? Somewhere you are comfortable with it because your mind has naturally created some kind of picture for those codes.
Hmm.
So observation helps you in converting any kind of information in pictures very, very fast. So how to improve observation? The simple answer is by observing, because we never observe. Like I'm walking on the street, one of my friend is passing by, but I don't realize because I'm in my thoughts. Or maybe my mobile is in my hand, or maybe my specs are here, but I keep searching where are my specs. That means we are actually not observing. So simple activities like just taking out 1 or 2 minutes and observing your surrounding, checking how many different objects are there, then try to write them without looking back again. These things can also help you to observe more. Then there are so many games like find the difference, right? Such kind of games can also help you to increase your observation capacity. Again, for listening, in listening, very important part is you should be genuinely interested in that person. If you
Hmm.
are interested in that person, you will listen to that person and you will remember it. Generally, what we do is we are not that interested in people. We are more interested in completing that work fast. That yes,
Yeah,
I am with this person because I have some work. I'll talk about that and I'll forget. But if you genuinely connect with that person, if you are interested in that person, then whatever that person will say will be, stored and recollected very, very fast.
absolutely. So that like we have to observe things and we have to observe and like we have to picturize those things so that like we will be able to remember for like longer time. Right. The next question, what I see like a lot of people have is like, does watching movies reduces like memory power?
No, I don't think so. In fact, why? Because visualization is a very important part of memorizing. And
Okay.
in movies, you actually visualize. And we have seen that we might not remember what we have read in the book, but whatever movie we watch, we always remember the story of the movie. So
Okay.
it is not that. But if it is like a diversion from what you are supposed to do, in your life. Let's say that I've decided that I'll study for 8 hours or I'll do my work for 8 hours. That I'm cutting short because I'm addicted to movies and web series. Definitely, that is not good. So it's not more about the memorizing aspect. It is more about where you focus, how disciplined you are. If you are not that disciplined, then definitely anything and everything can divert you, distract you, and you will keep forgetting whatever is important for you.
Absolutely. Love that. And how to remember the concepts like some high level concepts like people are like nowadays learning about AI, chat GPT, auto GPT, and sometimes it will be like overwhelming or like confusing also, right? How can they connect the dots and so that they are able to remember things easily?
Right, right. So there are three types of learners.
Okay.
Okay, one is visual learner.
Hmm.
They will learn with the visuals. Second is auditory learner. They will learn by listening. And third is kinesthetic learners. They
Okay.
learn by doing, right?
Hmm.
So you need to identify which kind of learner you are. If you are a visual learner, then and whatever topic you want to learn, you should ensure that you watch more of those videos, more of those PPTs, presentations. You draw a lot of flow charts, mind maps, because all of that will stimulate your visual learning and you will learn. But if
Absolutely.
you are an auditory learner, you should watch more of podcasts. You should listen to more of podcasts. You should discuss with people because when you discuss, you are listening to it. And if you are a kinesthetic learner, the best way is you put it into implementation. The more you practice it, you will make more mistakes. More mistakes you make, more you learn from it, and you become better. So any new skill which you want to acquire, first check what is your learning style, and accordingly you should learn that.
Yeah. And like suppose like we are doing all the three things like visualizing, the kinesthetic, and the second one which you told. How can we identify which one is like more effective and how should we go about?
Right. So you can try out. Say you can do one thing is you do trial and error.
Hmm.
You try out all the three things and see which one gives you better result. That is one thing.
Hmm.
Secondly, you reflect how you used to study as a child. What was the best way for you? Were you a person who used to daydream, who used to imagine when the teacher was teaching about history, you used to feel that you are a part of history, used to
Yes.
imagine that, or you were someone who used to keep making notes. So if you keep
Absolutely.
making notes, that means you are a kinesthetic learner.
Got it.
Or no matter how many times you read, you always need a teacher to explain it to you. That means you are a auditory learner. So that also you can identify. Generally, what I have observed is we have all the three kinds of learnings inbuilt in us. So sometimes we use first, second, or third type of learning. But at least one learning is too much prominent in us. One type of learning. If we can identify that, we can create wonders.
Absolutely. I love that. And so like what is the best food to eat to increase like memory power? Right? Like what are the best should we eat like vegetarian foods, plant-based foods, vegan food?
Right. Yeah, nowadays there are so many options, right? So
Yeah.
it is difficult to choose any one of them. But yes, vegetarian food definitely helps you
Yes.
simply because you it is easy to digest that food.
Hmm.
So more of your mental and physical energy is not going towards digesting it. In fact, that energizes you and gives energy to your brain, and you can then do whatever you want to do. So basically, any food which can give me more mental energy, that is the best food. So, for example, uh, lemon water while you are reading. If you have lemon water, that gives you an instant freshness. So that helps you. Even chocolate, dark chocolate, that helps, right? So many students will be really happy to hear that. So chocolate really helps you. Any kind of sweetener, okay, that instantly helps you to memorize things faster. But yeah, everything has to be in that portion,
Right.
not to eat anything in the more
Absolutely.
quantity. That is equally important.
What about coffee and tea? Some people tell like caffeine, like it improves like a lot of people during the exam times or like something like they keep on drinking coffee or tea.
Right. I would suggest rather than that, just do brain gym exercises.
Yeah,
Okay. Because,
absolutely.
coffee, tea, that helps you to be awake. That
Hmm.
cannot help you in memorizing or, boosting your remembering capacity. But yeah, you are studying for longer hours and you drink a cup of coffee, that is completely fine. But it is not directly connected to your memorizing, and
Absolutely.
that's what I feel.
Awesome. And what do you think is the best daily music which we can listen for like better cognitive power and like for better for the brain? What type of musics? Yeah.
So, there are a lot of things. Whenever you want to memorize anything, whenever you want to learn anything, whenever you are reading something and you prefer to have some music in the background.
Hmm.
One thing you need to keep in mind is it should not have any lyrics, any words. Why? Because what you are reading is also words, or whatever you are writing, that is also words. And if the song also has the words, then your brain will get distracted. So I have a non-lyrical music, instrumental music. Now, let's say there is something where you need to go deep down into that subject to understand the concept. Then have a soft music which does not have high beats, right? So which will help you to go deeper into that. Let's say you are practicing something, you are solving a sum, you are solving a problem. That means you need higher level of brain activity. Then have the music with high beats. So that will automatically increase your brain speed in a way. So yes, music is directly related to calm you down, or maybe you also become more energetic. Only thing, don't you listen to the music with words while you are reading or studying.
Okay, I love that. So, what are the mindset, character traits, or like shifts like you had after like improving your memory power, right? Like identity, beliefs, and habits, which has helped you transform after learning this one skill, mastering it.
Right. So one is practice, absolutely important. Whatever memory techniques you learn, or there are multiple techniques, practice plays a very important role. Consistency plays a very important role. I keep telling my students, consistency beats talent. If you're a talented person with no consistency, you'll be beaten by someone who is average in talent, but high in consistency. So consistency helps. Second thing which has helped me is to take up higher challenges, which are even higher than my capacity. So what I do when I have given hundreds of memory shows all over the world. So I give memory shows where I have to remember words, numbers, phone numbers, dates, medical names, law sections. So whenever I go on stage, I tell them, give me the toughest things. Don't give me easy things. If you want, you can Google. I'll give you 2 minutes to Google. Give me the toughest thing to remember. Please don't give me easy things to remember. So what? How does it help me? It's not about that ego or something, but it makes me extra alert when I'm on stage. That I have taken a bigger challenge. So now I have to, and there is a live audience who is listening to me. So now I automatically become more responsible, more alert. That I have to give my best. There is no scope for me to perform average or become lazy or stay in that comfort zone. So I take that higher challenge, and 99 out of 100 times it has helped me. And then when you take up and you achieve that, that gives you a lot of boost. That gives you a lot of boost to your confidence to take up even higher challenges in your life. So that has always helped me.
Absolutely, I love that. And so, like, if you were to hire someone right into your team, what are the top three or like five qualities like you look for?
Yeah. So one is honesty. Even if you make mistakes, rather than hiding that mistake, be transparent and honestly accept it. Because you should make mistakes, right? You are not a AI, you are not a robot who will never make mistakes. You are a human being, so you will make mistakes. So rather than giving excuses or hiding it out, be share openly so that you can grow. Second thing is uh, ready to adapt, ready to learn, never getting satisfied that okay, itna maine seekh liya, bahut ho gaya. You keep learning, you keep growing. Third thing is owning it up rather than having that attitude that okay, this is my job, I'll do this and that's enough. Doing something more extra as an owner. So that mindset of an owner, and not only the mindset of an employee, that really attracts me. In if I have a team member who does it willingly, he or she does those things, then I feel that it is good. Because see, as a leader or as an owner, what I want is someone who can free me, not only from my daily tasks, but also from my responsibilities. So that person should be responsible to take up higher tasks. So if he or she doesn't take it, I will never be able to make him a leader, right?
Right.
So if he or she does more than what is said, then I feel that yes, he can be my future leader, whom I can give extra responsibilities, and I can do some other things which are there in my vision.
Absolutely, I love that. And sir, are you excited for like rapid round where I'll ask you like one-liner questions?
Why
Awesome.
not?
What is that one thing like you believe is to be true, which nobody believes?
Okay. So I think I believe that I can be a trainer. When I started in 2009, everyone said, why are you leaving MBA? Are you mad? But I believed in my vision that yes, I can be a leader and I can make an impact. So that really helped me.
Awesome. And what are the top three or like five books you'll recommend everyone who is watching this Real Knowledge Club Summit?
The Alchemist, that's my favorite book. Atomic Habits, Good to Great. I think The Secret, these are very good books to start with.
Amazing. And what advice like you will give to young entrepreneurs who are again like who is in their 20s?
Uh, I think keep learning and make a lot of mistakes. Keep learning. Don't feel scared of making mistakes. The more you make mistakes, you learn faster, and learn from the best people. Whoever is the best in your field, you might have to invest more, but that investment will be worth. You will be automatically far ahead of other competitors if you learn from the best.
Okay, awesome. And who is your main inspiration and like key to your success?
Latesh sir is the founder of Growth Vidyapeeth. He's the one who saw that spark in me when no one else was able to see that. He pushed me that yes, you can do it. And whatever I am today is because of him. Everything, right from speaking confidently in front of people, right from understanding human psychology, memory techniques, study skill techniques, everything is because of him. So yeah, forever grateful to him.
Okay, that's amazing. So, and like, what is the legacy like you want to live before like you die, right? Like, what is that like you want to be remembered for like next generations?
So I want to be remembered for my vision, which I have. So we have a workshop called Master Your Vision. So there I had set a vision and I am living that vision. And I want people to be remembered me as someone who is creative and who has created so many different concepts, which has helped billions of people in the world for generations.
Okay, that was amazing. So, then where can people find you, right? Like, if they have any questions, are you available on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn?
Yeah, I'm available on all three and even threads. Thread is like, so you can simply search my name, Bhuvan Dhanesha, and you'll
Yep.
find me. Plus Growth Vidyapeeth. It's everywhere on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram. You can even check our website, growthvidyapeeth.com. And you can even follow me. I'm most active on Instagram. So you can
Okay,
follow me on Instagram.
right.
And yeah.
That was amazing. Right. Any last words before like you conclude like today's sessions? And like it was a great honor to have you. Yeah, right. Indeed, it was like it blowed away my mind like what's possible if we start improving our memory, right? Because right now today we live in the AI world. So much of information is there, so many things. What I think is what I believe is AI person with the right memory, who has like the right memory and who uses social media, they will be the next billionaire or like the next millionaire, because these are the three most important leverages which we can use.
Absolutely, absolutely. So yeah, so I will also second that. I'll also agree with what you are saying. And what I feel is that yes, there's just so much of potential, especially because of internet and now because of AI. And we should be adapting all these things very, very fast. And I always get inspired by this person called Dashrath Manji. He's known as the mountain man of India, who broke that mountain, moved that mountain, and created a two-way lane because his village was not connected with the main city, and the government was not supporting. But the most important thing is he did that entire thing alone with just one hammer and one nail. It took him 22 years to break that mountain, 22 years of consistent
Right.
efforts, and finally that mountain was broken and the road was created. So if he can do with just one hammer and one nail, we have AI, we have internet, we have social media, and we will have AI plus, AI plus plus plus, and so many other things. So 22 years, nahi, we can do it in maybe in just 22 weeks if we are consistent enough and we do the right kind of actions for a consistent period of time. And people like you will definitely be the torch bearers for so many young people, and you all are doing a wonderful job.
Yep. Indeed, it's a great honor to be mentored by people like you, Triple Sir, Latesh Sir, everyone, right? That's how knowledge spreads, and that's how we can make a huge impact and create next level leaders, right? Indeed, it was a great honor to have you at Real Knowledge Club. Thank you so much, Bhuvan Sir, for taking your valuable time. And yep. And for all the people who are watching this, also do let us know what's your top 3 takeaways or something. You can take a photo screenshot of us, right? Like Bhuvan sir, and like we, and like you can just post it on like Instagram, Facebook, everywhere. And also do check out the replay. And yep, really excited to help you guys to make a big change. Yep.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Akshay. Thanks a
Thank
lot.
you so much, sir. Yeah.
Thank you, Sri
Looking
Lakshmi,
forward
for
to
arranging it.
the conversation. And yep, I'll also share with you guys like all the links of the social media in the video section below. You guys can watch it and do share it with your friends. Okay, guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye. See you.